Hello.
Hi.
How you going?
Good.
I'm Chris.
Paula and Bridgette.
Okay, I'm sure I'll... That's very sweet. They don't just look the same. They speak the same at the same time. Where did all these guys come from?
They came from Ivanhoe Dam when the big floods were on.
One might start a sentence, but they both finish it.
And the parents got killed, and even some of the baby chicks got killed as well.
Oh, wow. Everything's the same. Sorry. You guys talk at the same time?
Yes.
Well, we don't notice it, but people do.
Yes.
Following recent floods, the twins rescued these 10 baby pelicans.
There you go. There you go. No, that's my hand. That's still my hand. You may notice the fish went down a long time ago.
You're doing good, Chris. As soon as we laid eyes on them, we got goosebumps and watery eyes because we've never seen one before, because we've been doing this for 14 years and we've always wanted to see a baby pelican.
But one of the orphan chicks is in a critical condition.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Poor little Johnny. We can pick her up and then take her in, and you can have a better look at her on the table in there.
And that problem there is pretty visible, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
You can see when she holds her head back, she has to almost move her head around.
Yes.
That big air bubble there?
Swallowing as well, so she must think that there's something in her throat.
Yeah. What's her name?
Johnny.
Johnny?
Yeah, just in case she's a boy or a girl. Yes.
I've certainly seen plenty of lumps and plenty of swellings on birds before, but I've never seen one this big and never seen one on a pelican's neck like this before. That has to have an effect on how well she can eat.
Yes.
Because the base of her mouth is just full of that swelling there.
Yes.
It's going to affect how well she eats, because the fish has to push past that, how well she drinks, and really, because that neck's so crucial to their balance, how well she walks around. So we definitely need to get rid of that so she can actually get a normal meal in there.
Yes.
And grow properly, because at the moment she's getting left behind by everyone else.
Yes, she is. Which is very sad.
Is this the snake bite?
Yes.
Back in Sydney, 5-year-old Lexi has been admitted to the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH after being bitten by a snake.
All right. The biggest concern is that Lexi's probably been bitten by a brown snake. Now, these snakes are absolutely deadly. Most dogs can be dead within an hour if they've had a lethal bite. Okay, Bubby. Just gonna get these tubes into you. We've just got to move fast and get the antivenom into her as soon as possible.
Lexi's owner has brought in the snake that attacked the little schnauzer.
This is the culprit that's bitten Lexi. This is a brown snake. They're really deadly. You can see that she's had a go at the snake. There's bite marks in it all over its body. She's had a good chew. You can't really blame the snake. They were just going about their daily business. Lexi came along and decided to mess with the wrong creature. Regardless of the size of this snake, Lexi is lucky she's alive because their venom is deadly.
Hey, Lexi.
She is bleeding everywhere. One of the things that brown snakes do is that they stop their blood from clotting, so she's just hemorrhaging. We just have to get that antivenom into her. I don't want to waste any more time. With the round snake, their bite paralyzes them. It can stop them from breathing. Worst case scenario, she'll end up on a ventilator, so we really have to move very fast.
While the antivenom takes effect, Lisa has some devastating news for Lexi's owner, Tennille.
The complications that can happen with a brown snake bite are paralysis. It can paralyse their breathing muscles, and worst case scenario is that they can die. And most of the time it's from having a ventilatory problem, failing to breathe.
Yeah, I'm just a bit stressed out. But she's in good hands though, so we just have to wait and see.
Poor Lexi is feeling terrible right now. She's absolutely terrified, and now she's actually fighting for her life.
This is Hugo's brekkie, and you're eating it all.
At the Australian Reptile Park, General Manager Tim Faulkner is about to take on a massive challenge.
There's plenty of routine jobs we do at the reptile park, and one of them is weighing all of the animals.
And when the animal is a Galapagos tortoise called Hugo, the degree of difficulty goes straight to a 10. Despite his long-term residency at the park, the 61-year-old has never been weighed.
Today's exciting. To the average person, it may seem simple, but for the first time, we'll have an actual weight of Hugo.
It's a big day for you today, isn't it, mister? Hey? Oh, cuddle time, really? Oh, there we go.
Hugo's favourite keeper, Jules, is helping Tim with his weighty assignment.
Hey, Jules.
Hey.
Big day?
Yeah. Pretty excited. What you got for us?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. You ready to get weighed? My fingers. The weighing's all part of Hugo getting a girlfriend. If he was deemed to be in poor health, it wouldn't be a suitable thing to ship him a girlfriend here from halfway around the world.
Hugo has just reached his sexual maturity at the tender age of 61. Lately, the lonely bachelor has been taking out his frustrations on his favourite rock.
I think anything that's got a little bit more character than a rock is going to be okay for Hugo.
Last year, Chris was called in to run tests to find out if Hugo was capable of becoming a dad. Fortunately, the results were positive.
You get your girl, mate. Good times coming up, Hugo.
But no girlfriend for Hugo just yet. He has to pass one more test.
I think we need to get a bit of a weigh-in, Jules. Do you want to scribe? Hugo's weight is the talking point today. I'm going to put my weight on last. Tim, to all radio holders, we're about to take Hugo and weigh him. Al, front desk, do you want to start? What do you think Hugo weighs?
I reckon Hugo would weigh about 162.
Whoa! OK, thank you. Tim to Kel?
Yeah, I was thinking around 119.
119. I think he's probably going to be around 123.5 kilos. Roughly. Mick, would you grab the van, mate, and bring it, park it next to the tree, and we'll walk Hugo down now.
Yep, no worries.
Come on, mate, let's go. We've got a custom-made box that fits nicely in the back of a vehicle. We're going to load him into there with a bit of energy. We're then going to take him over to a factory close by where we can hopefully walk him onto a set of industrial scales and get his weight. Nothing happens fast with Hugo. This is him excited.
Okay, sweetie pie. You just got to let us treat you. Just go with it.
At Sash, miniature schnauzer Lexi has been bitten by a deadly brown snake.
Well, she's had one vial of antivenom, so she should be able to start to improve in terms of walking. That's a girl. Let's just see how you can stand. Lexi, can you stand? Oh, no. I think she wants to be able to move, but she's paralysed from the brown snake toxin, so she can't move. So I think that's just stressing her a little bit. Normally, I would expect to see a bit more of an improvement in the ability to stand and walk at this point.
Even after receiving the antivenom, Lexi's condition is still critical.
Her clotting times are so high, I imagine that she's had a really lethal dose. I think we should probably give her another vial.
A second vial of antivenom is needed.
Let's hit him hard. I think it's going to be the best thing for her. Just got to try and keep her as calm as possible. All right, darling. All I'm hoping is that we've got antivenom into her in time. These snakes are absolutely deadly. Most dogs can be dead within an hour if they've had a lethal bite. Lexi's still alive, which is amazing in itself, but that could change very, very quickly. We've got to watch her closely.
And we can start by feeling around her neck, because once we know what's inside there, we can work out a plan about how to get it out.
Yes.
On the Sunshine Coast, the Pelican twins, Bridgette and Paula, have asked Chris to help them save Johnny, a chick with a severely swollen neck.
The swelling itself feels quite soft, so most likely it's air, but there is a chance it could be fluid. If it's fluid, we could be in real trouble here.
Little prick Johnny.
Okay. See that?
Yes.
All right. So, that tells us what's in there.
Yes.
So it's air.
Yes.
The thing about all birds is they have air sacs, as you know, which are those little balloons.
Like bubble wrap.
Yeah, like little balloons they have all around their body, which makes their body quite light, but also gives them a chance to breathe oxygen incredibly well. But in her case, we've got a problem with one of those.
Yes.
And the bigger it gets, the more it's actually going to affect how well she eats, and it's going to start affecting how well she breathes soon too.
Yes.
Okay, so what we need to do, it sounds pretty dramatic, is actually make a little cut in the side and actually drain the air out, sure, but then look for where the leak's coming from. Because unless we can find that leak and fix that leak, this is just going to keep on filling up.
Yes.
She is going to need an anaesthetic for that.
Yes, I know.
And that's probably the thing that worries me the most. I'm confident we can...
Us too.
Yeah. When you watch how they talk about these birds and how they react when any bird is in danger, you start to appreciate how much they mean to them. That also means just how much pressure I'm under right now. Do you have a vet around here that I could speak to and possibly look at using their hospital?
Yes.
The fact that Johnny is so young means that it's going to be incredibly hard to judge just how deep she is under anaesthetic. Push her too deep, she may not wake up.
We are very worried. Yes, we just wanted to survive the anaesthetic.
Come on, mate, let's go.
See if we can get you to come all the way out.
Hugo the Galapagos tortoise is leaving the Australian Reptile Park to go on a big adventure.
Oh, come on.
Wow!
The much-loved reptile is about to be weighed for the very first time.
We've actually found the perfect place. A new factory around the corner has a set of industrial scales.
He's so cute!
But it's going to be a logistical nightmare.
We plan, take Hugo, lure him with some carrot onto the scales and get his weight. Do you want to have a guess how much he weighs?
Oh, about 200 kilos?
200.
200, yeah.
That's the heaviest guess.
Oh, okay.
How heavy do you think he is?
500 kilos.
500? Maybe. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. I don't know if he's half a ton. Good boy, mate. How do you weigh a Galapagos tortoise? It's not easy. He takes 4, 5 people just to lift him off the ground.
A little bit more, buddy.
There are lots of things that seem simple that are really difficult, and this is one of them.
Hey mate, how you going? How are you?
Nice
Good to see you. You too. Thanks for this. We've got
No worries.
our patient right here. You obviously know these two
I do.
veterinary assistants today.
Chris and twins Bridgette and Paula have brought their injured Pelican to a local vet clinic.
Yeah, we need to find a way to get this out and try to stop it from reforming.
Dr. Doug Gray will be assisting with the operation to try to locate and repair the hole in Johnny's air sac.
Are you going to be okay to watch, or...?
Oh, yes, Kill, yes. Can we watch? Is that all right?
Doug, your hospital.
Fine.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, we're going to be with you, darling.
I'm going to say, walking into a vet clinic where I've never really worked before and working on one of the Twinnies Pelicans, you can't help but feel the pressure. All right. I think the big decision is what side we incise along. What I wouldn't mind doing is, can we hit those lights? I've got a bit of it. Just thinking, if we shine this through here, this is as much showing me where to go as it is where not to go, because you can see all the big blood vessels, which I really want to avoid, but also all those very clear areas are where the air's sitting. We'll look on the other side. There's an area here that's a bit interesting that she doesn't have on the other side. Now, that could be a little blood clot or a little scar, but it could also indicate that's where the initial injury happened.
I think that'd be a great place to start.
Yeah. Who would have thought a $2 torch would be more valuable than an X-ray?
Having identified the possible problem area, Chris and the team can now anaesthetise the young Pelican and commence surgery.
What I'm thinking is, a normal mask that's that big isn't going to do much much good for her. So, do you have like a bottle or something quite long that we could actually put over her beak there?
Yes.
Give me a bottle, some tape, and a bit of tubing, and I reckon I can make you a Pelican anaesthetic mask.
Good so far.
I've had audiences before, but never quite like this. Okay, so the mask's on. We're just waiting for her to start taking a few breaths, and very slowly that anaesthetic will start to take hold.
Anaesthetic's a big risk. It's a way when the heart stops and when they stop breathing. We've been there and done that.
It's probably the nervous time now, just because we're going to judge perfectly just how deep she is and get her asleep and then get the procedure started. But getting to the point where we can actually begin the operation is always nerve-wracking.
It's all right.
At SASH, 2-year-old Stanley is fighting his own battle. The British Bulldog is struggling to breathe.
I just feel like he's in pain the whole time.
Worried owner Michael is trying his best to keep the Bulldog calm.
Whenever he is around other dogs or gets really hot, he can't breathe properly, his throat swells up. I can't walk more than 500 metres, and that just starts. And it's just, you feel bad for him, you've got to take him home, put him in the air conditioning and let him wind down by himself in the corner.
Michael, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Andrew,
Hi, mate.
how are you? Stanley, sound like a diesel truck. Hey, come on. I guess there's no guessing why you're here. That's the loudest snore that I think I've heard out of a bulldog. That's pretty bad. So he's 2 years old.
Yes.
How long has he sounded like this?
Over a year, yeah.
And there's not too often that I say, you've got no other option, but if we don't do something before the next summer, he'll be in a whole heap of trouble. You know your soft palate is?
It's like the flap at the back of
Yeah, the little dangly bit. Yeah. But theirs is, in dogs, it's much more broad. And in these guys, it's really broad, really thick, and really long. If we don't do something now, his whole voice box will just end up collapsing.
Yeah.
And if it gets to that point, the only thing we can do is put a permanent tracheostomy in him.
Yeah.
A tracheostomy, there's a hole in here, and that's, you can do it, but it's really high maintenance, and they don't get a normal quality of life out of it.
Michael knows that if something isn't done soon, he risks losing his buddy.
He's just going to overheat and pass away. You know, that's generally what could happen.
Oh, hello, sweetie pie. Yeah. Lexi's had 2 vials of antivenom now, and if she still can't clot her blood, she'll need a 3rd vial. Okay, Lex, just a little sting. Well, she's certainly not oozing with blood like she was last time.
At SASH, miniature schnauzer Lexi is still in a critical condition after being bitten by a deadly brown snake.
Have a good sleep, all right? This blood test is going to tell us a lot. It's going to tell us if she's still got circulating venom in her system. If it's normal, we know that we're doing the right thing. We know that we're getting there. That's no good. So her clotting time basically hasn't really changed since last time. It means that she's still got circulating venom in her system, and Lexi's going to need another vial of antivenom.
You're a good girl, you know that.
Hey Tim, how you going, mate?
Yeah, good.
Good to see you.
Tim and his team have arrived at a factory not too far away from the Australian Reptile Park for Hugo's very first weigh-in.
Can you grab the forklift, mate? Yep. Tough.
G'day.
How are you?
Good, very excited.
Yeah.
Managing Director David and his staff are happy to be helping. They have all the right equipment for this very special job.
Yeah. I was surprised when they asked us if they got a set of scales. I thought, what are they interested in that for? Reptile Park's a great place to visit, and it's good to be a little part of it.
Anyone actually working here today?
Well, they should be. I'm paying for them.
All right.
Ready? Have you got an idea on how much he weighs? You can't look.
You got those bets rolling?
You put yours up.
The competition to guess Hugo's weight is growing by the minute.
Who's this?
That's our account.
David.
He works with numbers.
He does.
Important thing now is that Hugo stays calm. He's in an unusual environment. We just want him to think that he's on his daily walk around the park. Come on. Here you go.
It's probably past the food now, eh?
You got to come a bit closer.
Not even Hugo's favourite treats are enticing the huge tortoise to make his way to the scales.
We're not going to laugh at you, mate. It's all right. Come on. Good boy. It's a hell of an effort for one animal, but it's important. That's it, Hugo. We're getting there, buddy. Just one more step and he's on. We've got a trail. Good boy. Ultimately, the food always wins. That's it. A little bit more. He's on. What is he?
165.5.
I lost. I wasn't even close. I was surprised at the weight. He was, a quarter heavier than I thought he was going to be, and he holds it well. Great news, hey?
Yeah, definitely.
You'll get a girl.
He's in great nick for that. Maybe I'm a little bit jealous that he might actually get a real girlfriend.
Jules is jealous, mate.
But before Hugo can return to the park, Tim has one more important record to keep.
Okay, everyone smile. You too, Hugo. Sorry, hold on. Hugo's not smiling. Smile. Beauty. No one here was even close. We need to get back to the park now because someone was, and it wasn't me. Come on, boy.
At Sash, Stanley is in serious trouble. The British Bulldog is fighting for oxygen.
Come here, Stan.
Oh, mate.
It gets worse and worse.
It gets worse and worse. Oh, yeah, you're a good boy. Every breath he takes, he's having to breathe that little bit harder, and it creates a lot of negative pressure. And with too much negative pressure, their whole voice box can start collapsing. And there's no point in me trying to look down his throat because he'll just get distressed. So the only way we can do it is to anaesthetise him. Have a look, make the assessment, and say, OK, we've got to do this, 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 and then just do it.
I think that's the best option.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he'll see this. I don't think he'll see the summer through.
That was what we were worried
like that. Yeah, have a lick, and that'll quiet. Yeah, you go. Oh, sure. Yeah, go. Come on, we'll get him into his bed for the night.
No worries.
Good boy. This way, mate. Come on, Stanley. It's a bit exciting, mate. Hey? A bit quieter when you sniff.
Yeah.
Andrew wants to operate on Stanley immediately.
We'll just throw him in here.
But first, the Bulldog needs to calm down. For Michael, it's a reluctant goodbye.
So can we come in tomorrow afternoon or just wait, you reckon?
I would not visit him. I'd probably not visit him, period.
Just wait to the end?
Yeah. If he gets excited and it's really vascular and it just sets off a bit of bleeding because he's jumping around, you don't want to do that.
See you, buddy. Any operation, human or animal, it's an operation. Things can go wrong.
Down she goes.
On the Sunshine Coast, Johnny is now asleep, and Chris is happy to begin the delicate operation to repair the chick's ruptured air sac.
Just hold that beak closed. Right, we're in there, it's a good fit.
It will be a tense wait for Johnny's carers, Bridgette and Paula.
Just have to make sure she takes a few breaths and even give her a few breaths if we need to.
The leaking air sac is causing severe swelling in the baby Pelican's neck and impeding its growth.
The key is just being fairly precise, getting in there, trying to locate this air sac, hopefully find out where the tear is, repair that, and get out. There we go. Okay, and down it goes. I cut into Johnny's neck and feel a whoosh of air. That's one problem solved, but in one way, another problem created. Where did the leak come from? Thinking if we have a leak in there, if we pour saline in there, we might even get a bubbling coming out from there. Almost like how you check for a leak in a bike tyre. So we're doing the same thing with Johnny. So pouring a whole lot of saline inside that space and really looking for any air bubbles that are leaking out. You could be looking for something that is microscopic here, because all it needs is for air to leak through that hole. It doesn't take much of a hole for that.
After more than 5 minutes of searching, Chris still hasn't found the source of the leak.
All we can do is work on an area we think the leak is and really then prevent another bulging of air from occurring. Oh, there we go. Do you see that?
Finally, Chris identifies the problem area.
What we want to do is actually put a little dab of tissue glue, essentially super glue, on that spot to provide a bit of strength and also a bit of scarring as well. And that should actually seal off that air sac. Now comes the big test. The glue's in place, time to put some pressure on the air sac and see if it leaks. When I'm pushing here...
It's holding pretty well.
Yeah, the bubble's now holding.
Still going down?
So Twinnies, what I think we've done is find where that leak in the air sac was, and we put a little bit of tissue glue there, and it doesn't look like it's leaking anymore.
Oh, wow. You can fix our tyre anytime.
For further protection, Chris is now inserting a temporary neck drain.
Okay, this is the last suture here. That's done. I really think for those girls to be a few metres away from Johnny felt like miles. And so now, to have the good news that she is all right, it's a big relief. But she's going to start waking up pretty quickly.
Oh, wow.
Here we go, little one.
Good girl, darling.
You see her eyelids just flickering back and forth now. She's not far.
Good girl.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look, she's got little eyes open. Hey, Johnny. I'm glad she pulled through. We were very, very nervous. You feel better, don't you, darling?
All right. Oh, that's more like it.
That's
there we go. Take it out on Bunny.
Johnny will now return to the centre with the twins. It will be a few days before she gets the all clear, but the chick is already much happier.
Johnny looks great, and certainly all of that air has now gone, but there is a chance, even though we have the drain, that it could reform. Fingers crossed it doesn't.
Tim and keeper Jules have now returned to the Australian Reptile Park with Hugo.
That's a boy. Come on, back in.
The Galapagos tortoise's very first weigh-in was a success.
He did well.
I wonder if he knows just how good he was.
Now to find out who guessed the 61-year-old's magic number.
Well, you've had a look at the piece of paper with everyone's names on it, have you?
Yeah, I have.
So tell me, who won? Who was the closest?
It's not one of the keepers.
That'd be right.
Alex.
Alex?
162.
Oh, what?
3 off. Alex is the supervisor of our front desk. She'll be expecting a present. I've got a little surprise for her. So you've won a date with him.
Oh.
And your present is this. That's a little conversation starter.
Thanks. That's awesome. Hugo. Hugo. He doesn't like me. Oh, yum. Awesome prize. I'm so happy. Look at him. He's beautiful. Do we make a good couple?
Give him a kiss, Al.
Snoring, snoring.
Add sash 2-year-old Stanley is finally ready for his life-saving respiratory surgery.
He's been sedated and he's obviously much calmer and quieter. We're going to open up his airways. We'll open up his nostrils because they're really narrow. His soft palate, tighten it up. 99 Stanley. Oh, God. That soft palate's just sitting almost halfway down his windpipe. All bulldogs, their soft palates are a bit long, but he's a gold medal winner.
If Stanley's overgrown soft palate isn't shortened, Andrew fears the bulldog wouldn't survive another summer.
When he's breathing really hard, this is just going up and down like that, and just obstructing his whole larynx. In extreme cases, if they're breathing so hard and it's, you know, really hot day, their lungs can fill up with fluid, and that, you know, is really catastrophic. Oh, God. Wow. That's just a huge amount of tissue that I've had to take out there. It's really thick and fleshy. And that's the other problem. When it's so thick like that, it just fills up the whole airway.
With part of the soft palate removed, Andrew now needs to widen Stanley's nostrils.
What I'm going to do is just take a wedge of tissue out and suture it closed. Be much easier for air to get in. This is probably the bloodiest part of the surgery. We'll do the same on the other side, and every little bit will just make it that much easier for him to breathe. So now we just make sure they wake up quietly and slowly.
Although Andrew's happy with the way the surgery has gone, any excitement to Stanley can cause swelling or rupturing of his delicate blood vessels.
If we don't watch him, he could suffocate, obstruct and die. So he'll basically be getting 24-hour care for the next 24 to 36 hours.
Hi, Lexi. Hi, sweetie pie. How you feeling? Do you want to come out? Come out and give us cuddles? She's actually quite heavy. Oh my goodness, look at you! Look at you!
It's taken 3 vials of antivenom, but finally Lexi has recovered from a deadly brown snake bite.
You're so much better, I know. Talking lots.
Everything's going in the right direction. I'm really, really glad we gave her 3 vials of antivenom. This little girl would have died if we didn't treat her the way we did.
You needed those 3 vials, didn't you?
Yeah, so much better. It's going to take her a few weeks to get totally back on her feet, but this is miraculous. Want to go see Mum? Yes? Want to go home? Do you want to go home? I know, darling.
Ready to go and get Lexi? Take Lexi home? Yeah, take Lexi home. This is Lockie, Lexi's big brother. He's a few months older, but they've been together since she was 4 weeks. So he's been at home for the last few days, moping a little. You looking forward to seeing Lex?
Let's go. You ready to go home?
For brother and sister, the separation is finally over.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Hello, chicken.
Such a gorgeous reunion. Tennille was so relieved to have Lexi back so soon. She was surprised she was even walking. I think the poor woman is so nervous now of having snakes come back. She just can't really relax, can't let her guard down, because how are you going to prevent them? She's always going to be worrying that another snake is going to come back, and Lexi for sure is going to go for it. Do you want that snake back?
No, I don't want to see it again.
Fair enough.
Hi, Chris.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Before heading back to Bondi, Chris has returned to the Pelican Rehabilitation Centre to see if the surgery to repair Johnny's ruptured air sac has been a success.
So we're going to get a little bit of swelling around the drain, which is going to be very normal.
Yes.
But the important thing is there's no bubble forming up here.
Yes, that's right.
And if there is any air, it is going to float up and start to inflate out of her neck, but
yes,
it looks good.
Well, she's a just completely different pelican.
After checking the temporary neck drain for infection, Chris gives the all clear.
Oh, that's good.
Excuse me. You haven't done this before. No. Seeing how she is this morning and how active she is and how keen she is to get on with life says to me that there is a chance she may be able to catch up to the rest of her brothers and sisters and one day even be released. Take it out on Bunny. All right. Am I done yet?
No, there's one more thing.
What's the one more thing?
To release a pelican who was in the floods. And we want you to release her.
When you ask like that, how can I refuse?
Good, that's good.
Come on, Stanley. Hey, you gonna come out and see what you're doing?
At SASH, Stanley has now recovered from his life-saving respiratory surgery. It's hard to believe that when the bulldog first arrived at SASH, the staff could barely hear themselves think above his laboured breathing.
It's a bit better, isn't it, mate?
It's been an amazing transformation.
Really, really good. I definitely couldn't hope for anything better than this. Sit. Oh, what a good sit. What a good boy. Can I have a look at your nose? Well, that's healing together well. OK. The proof of the pudding is going to be when he goes out and meets Michael and Brittany, because he'll get really excited. And, you know, if he doesn't sound like a steam train after that, then I'll have done my job.
I'm excited to see him, but a bit nervous, because I just want him to be better, really.
Stan!
Do that.
Pretty exciting.
Don't excite him too much.
Stanley was so excited to see Brittany and Mike, but he was quiet as a mouse. You just couldn't hear him. That means I've done what I set out to do.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Looks like the spot.
Yes, that's good that she's got some friends too.
The twins have asked Chris to help them release Logan, another pelican they nursed back to health after the floods.
She had no movement whatsoever. She looked like a dead pelican.
Wow.
Yes.
Now ready for release, they've brought her to a nearby inlet, which will now become her new home.
The Twinnies take in sick and injured seabirds from the entire Queensland coast. Without them, these birds would have nothing. Birds like Logan and Johnny, they're lucky to have them. She's come a long way, huh?
Yes, she has. Good girl.
Did you always
These are happy tears.
I guess over those last few days, I've learnt to expect the unexpected. But from the Twinnies right now, I didn't expect tears. Eventually, Johnny will be in this situation.
Yes, that's going to be really hard. Yes. But she's got to be a pelican and she'll be out there free. Good girl, Logan.
Wow, she's feeling that wind.
Yes.
Wind.
Woo! Oh, wow.
Up she goes. Look at that, huh? Fly by for you.
Look at her.
After 8 weeks of care, to feel that wind rushing through her wings, that's what freedom feels like. She's telling them all about the Twinnies right now.
Yes.
Well, I hate to say it, I've got to fly as well, but thank you.
Yes. And I wish there was 2 of you.
I'm on an extra special mission today. I've received a call for help from a parent at a local Melbourne primary school. Now, she's actually made the SOS on behalf of the school principal, who has a puppy that sounds like it's in quite serious trouble. So I'm heading there now to see if I can help.
Chris is on his way to the Our Lady of the Nativity Primary School in Melbourne's northwest. School principal Anne Doherty is waiting anxiously with her beloved 4-month-old puppy, Juno.
Hey Juju, how are you feeling? All the kids want to see you and they keep asking after you. I had to tell them you're too tired today, just need a rest, hey?
I've had Juno since she was 8 weeks old, and I'd bring her up to school, and the kids just loved her. Come lunchtime, there's a knock on the door, and can we take Juno outside? And they loved it, and she loved it too. But then as she got sicker, she just didn't have the energy to do that, although the knock would still come at the door.
In the last 3 weeks, little Juno has become gravely ill. She can't go outside and now spends most of her time sleeping in Anne's office.
In a short period of time, I noticed a lot of change in Juno. She didn't have any of the energy that you would expect a puppy to have, and then started vomiting, but her stomach was swelling at the same time. So they were signs to me that all was not right and we needed to investigate further.
Hello.
Oh, Chris.
How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Great to finally meet you.
It's great to see you. Thank you so much for coming.
Too, little miss. Look at you.
Yeah, this is our Juno.
Those eyes.
Oh no, they're something, aren't they? Hey Juno, this is Chris. He's come to say hello to you.
Normally when you first meet a puppy that's Juno's age, you get bowled over by their energy and their enthusiasm. And with Juno, it's just not happening. She looks thin, she looks like she's not thriving, she has that big belly. There's a lot to be worried about.
Every year I get a special job. I come up to Devil Ark and with the keepers, we trap the female devils, hoping to find the next generation.
Australian Reptile Park General Manager Tim Faulkner is on his way to Devil Ark, about 6 hours from Sydney. He's meeting up with Ark keepers Corey and Dean to see if their Tasmanian devil breeding program is working.
You got all the traps?
Ready to go for you.
Ready to go. Well, we're going to lose light soon, so let's get down there. I'm up here today because this time of year now is when we do our stock take. And what that means is we've gone through a breeding season, we've witnessed matings, but we haven't actually trapped the females and counted our joeys.
With devil facial tumour rapidly wiping out the species, a captive population is crucial to the devil's survival.
With no cure and no vaccine in the near future, it is very likely that we could see devils extinct, absent from the landscape in the wild in as little as 5 to 15 years. And that means the only devils that will exist will be in the captive population at places like Devil Ark. That's it. 4 females, but 15 traps. And I don't mean to scare you boys, but the traps need to be set properly. We need to catch them, and if we don't have joeys in the morning, we've got a problem.
And no pressure, Tim.
No pressure. Let's pick a spot, hey? Yep. I like this face along here, guys. I'm going to head down this way with this one.
Traps containing fresh meat will be left out overnight in the hope of luring the 4 adult female devils.
You right, Dino?
Yep, this one's good to go. I've got a really good feeling about it.
Oh, I hope you're right, mate. These little joeys, they're the future of the species. Devils only live for 6 years. They only breed 2 or 3 times in their life cycle. So you've got a really quick generational turnover. And if we miss a year of breeding and we don't get joeys, your whole population is non-existent. Last trap. You've done all the hard work, boys, so all we can do now is wait for the morning. Fingers crossed. It's going to be an uneasy night. This is pioneer conservation, and it's simply to ensure the future of the Tasmanian devil. It must work.
How long would you say she's been quite like this?
Probably noticed signs of it about the last 3 weeks before it reached that peak, that everything just started to go haywire with her.
And that's when you took her to the vet,
Yep.
had the blood test taken, had the x-ray taken?
Yes.
And at the moment, we're still trying to find our exact answer as to what's going on.
That's right, yeah.
Chris is in northwest Melbourne. His patient is the gravely ill 4-month-old Juno.
So if you look at her now, see what happens when I touch here? Yep. It bounces.
Flows, yeah.
So that's how we know what we have in there is fluid. Now, what I think we need to do is take a sample of that fluid and just run some very basic tests on it, because wherever that fluid's coming from,
it'll give you the clue.
I think is at the heart of this issue. So I'm going to put this needle into her belly and drain some fluid there.
Nice belly scratch. Oh, nice belly scratch. That's a girl.
So I know Juno has fluid in her belly. The key now is working out exactly what type of fluid it is. And you can see there's plenty of it.
Yes.
You can't look at that, can you?
Yeah, I'm not too good with needles. I'm just thinking how great she is, though. She's never flinch. Tough little staffy.
So look at that. It's very clear. So straight away, I can tell you, it's not coming from an infection in her belly, because otherwise it'd be pussy.
Okay.
It's not coming from a bleeding blood vessel. It'd be red or pink. Okay, so this is a special kind of fluid. If it has a lot of protein in it, it tells us something else. So, best way to tell if there's protein in fluid, shake it.
If the fluid changes consistency, it's a telltale sign there is protein in it.
Looks like it did before. So there's very little protein in that. This kind of fluid comes from blood vessels that are under pressure. We know that she's quiet, she's lethargic. We know she's not putting weight on. Now, there's one organ that controls all of these things. And there's one organ that, when it's under pressure, produces extra fluid. It's the liver. And my feeling is that over the last week or so, it started to lose the battle. And that's when you're starting to see the problem.
What's it going to do? Sorry.
I really wanted to come in today and be able to give you a very simple explanation and a very...
I was hoping it would be.
The way I would like to work out exactly what's happening with her liver is by doing a CT scan. I'd love Juno to go and see Andrew Marchevsky at SASH. What she has isn't simple. What she has, I hate to say it, isn't going to be easily fixed.
Look, I'll do whatever it takes. I need to. She's got to have a chance.
I'll be honest, what my gut says is that what Juno's facing here is serious. But at the same time, I hope like hell that when we do this CT scan, the result is a good one. Because when you look at how much Juno already means to Anne, it'd be heartbreaking if it's tough news.
This way. Here we go.
Denise from the animal rescue group Paws is bringing Denzel into the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH for an urgent examination.
Denzel's a little Shih Tzu who's come from the pound, and he has got something going on with his eye. It appears to have hair coming out the middle of his cornea, and we really need to see exactly what's going on.
Denise is hoping emergency vet Dr. Lisa Chimes can find a solution so that little Denzel can be adopted into a new home.
We just want to get him right and get him into a new family so that he can start to enjoy his life. Oh, Lisa, he's got something wrong with his eye.
Oh no.
Looks a bit strange. Looks like it's got something growing out of it.
What do you do too, sweetheart? I'm looking at Denzel's eye, and this poor little dog has got a piece of skin growing long hairs out of the surface of his eye. Now that part of the eye should be completely clear. So when I look at the eye, it's pretty obvious what he's got. He's got something called a dermoid cyst, and it's a developmental abnormality, okay? So the skin has actually started growing on the eye, and that's happened from when he was an embryo.
Without treatment, the dermoid cyst could cause Denzel to go blind.
All right, so this is Mark. He's one of our ophthalmologists.
Very well, yourself?
Good, thank you.
Lisa is hoping ophthalmologist Dr. Mark Bilson can confirm just how severe the pup's problem is.
All right, let's have a look. I'm looking at Denzel's eye and I can see that unfortunately the dermoid cyst is right on the cornea. There's already changes, and some of those changes are going to be permanent. Unfortunately, he's starting to get pigmentation of the cornea. If that keeps going on, it's going to blind the eye.
So what do we do?
So I'd recommend surgery.
Okay.
The good news is if we get in now and we take the lesion off now and remove the hairs and the source of irritation, then we can stop further damage. So we can maintain what vision he's got, and we may be able to also allow some healing and repair and improve the appearance.
He'll be right, and then you'll get a lovely new home.
If you're happy to go ahead, we'll take him through and we'll go ahead with surgery.
Denzel's already been through a lot in his life, and this is just another thing that he has to go through, but we hope that the result will be good, and then Denzel can go on and have a great life.
It's almost like she's showing off.
You're talking, hey?
Later that morning at Sash, Chris, Anne and sick little pup Juno have arrived from Melbourne.
Let's hope from here on in, everything's okay.
It's just a bit of a wait and see, isn't it?
Yes.
Chris suspects the staffy's liver isn't functioning properly, and he's hoping specialist surgeon Andrew Marchevsky will be able to confirm the exact reason why.
She's only 4 months old, and to be this sick, I've got to find the answers to really what's wrong with her.
That Juno?
Certainly is.
How you going, Chris?
Hello. Good to see you.
This is Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. Nice to meet you.
Of course. Hi. What's up? Hey.
She's clocked up some miles.
A few miles to get here?
Yep.
Well, come on in, we'll have a look.
Thanks, Andrew.
I know that Anne's very anxious right now, but I guess hearing what I had to say at the school probably brought home her biggest fears, and now she has to confront them.
What's going on? Had a big trip, didn't you? Okay. Juno's really skinny. Like, she literally is skin and bone, and she's got a big tummy. All right, well, I think that we'll get her in, just do the liver function test. And then I think we'll be looking at doing a CT.
We'll do whatever we can.
Andrew's plan really is going to be, first of all, get as much information as he can with a CT scan, and then try to map out some sort of path ahead.
Well, that's weird. I think what this is we've got an abnormal direct communication of an artery with the portal vein, or the veins within the liver, and they shouldn't join up at all. And what that is causing is a build-up of pressure in the liver, so it can't do its job properly. Her blood vessel plumbing is up the wahoo.
Probably the best way to explain what we're looking at is that if you consider the blood vessels inside a dog's belly to be like a road map, roads go one way, then come back the other, and the blood should do the same. Here, there's been no design. The roads are going in every single direction. We've got roundabouts where there should be intersections. There's very little that you can say is normal. How many have you seen?
Counting this one, one. Unless we can fix that, she's not going to live past, I don't know, she's not going to live into adulthood.
Just because that pressure is just too great?
Her liver will go and fade. Yeah. So we've got to stop that.
The only way of saving little Juno's life is with high-risk pioneer surgery. To give the pup the best chance, Andrew will need to assemble a specialist surgical team and schedule the operation for 2 days' time.
The risks of this surgery are really high. There's probably, if you want to be an optimist, 60% chance you'll get through. This is not going to be straightforward.
It's that complicated.
This is really complex.
There's a few traps down.
There's a few up as well.
The plan, boys, Corey, you want to hit that left side? Yep. Bring him into the holding yard. Dino and I will get this side. And full traps on the right, empty traps on the left. Cool. Good luck.
At Devil Ark in Barrington Tops,
set off.
Tim and Rangers Corey and Dean are about to find out if they've lured any female devils into their traps.
We do everything we can to encourage the devils to breed, but there's an amount that has to be left up to the devils, and this is the chance we get to see if what we're doing is working. That's lucky last.
Yeah.
And the moment of truth for you boys. 4 females, we could have 16 joeys or 0. Let's see if your hard work's paid off.
Make me feel nervous.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice and gentle. Good, beautiful. Corey, got that microchipper? There's the head. You got her?
0174. First one's Bella. She's 2 years old, this one.
Nice, quiet female. Just turn them gently into yourself. Mate, now just press apart that pouch very softly and have a look.
Oh wow, Tim, we got 4 Joeys.
You see him, Corey?
Wow, they're amazing.
How big?
At least the size of your thumb.
Oh, good. Okay, so they're probably 60 days old. I can see that pouch and it looks nice and full. One peek inside and it's confirmed. She has Joeys. How good is this? Number 2?
1 female down, 3 to go.
6077.
Tell us who you've got.
This one's Candace.
So, nice and easy, mate. She's a bit more fiery than Bella.
Yep.
With devil numbers dangerously low in the wild, it's crucial that every female at the Ark delivers a Joey.
No Joeys, boys. Now, she doesn't have any Joeys to add to the tally. Now, that's really, really scary. If we don't breed devils and then reboot the species in the wild, there will be no devils left.
With the last devil not producing any Joeys, the pressure for this girl to have babies is now greatly increased.
Okay, that's beautiful. Easy, girl. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, we got Joeys. Hey. There you go. And there's another 2 on the inside.
I've never seen one so small before.
That's about 70 days old.
Wow.
We checked the 3rd female, and there's Joeys. 4 of them. Jackpot. This is our last girl, boys. 3 out of 4 would be a success story. Hey, hold still, please. You got 3 Joeys, but they're tiny, smaller than a jelly bean. You got 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom.
Wow.
They're too small to see, maybe only a month old. What can you say?
It's a great job.
Speechless, Tim. It's outstanding.
A success story, hey? The final tally from this yard is 11 Joeys from just 4 mums. See you later. The breeding season has been a success. It's a win for us and a win for the devil.
Denzel, you're all right. You're a good boy.
The next day at Sash, homeless dog Denzel is about to undergo surgery to remove a dermoid cyst which is damaging his eye. Ophthalmologist Dr. Mark Bilson has the tricky job of cutting the mass out and saving Denzel's eyesight.
The aim of today is to remove this abnormal lesion and make Denzel a happier boy, give him better prospects for the future in comfort and vision, and help Denise find him a good home. All right. So with surgery, the key things we're going to be thinking about is how thick that cornea is. It's only 1 millimetre thick, and hence we're going to be working under the microscope. And biggest thing we want to make sure we don't do is go into the eye inadvertently, so we don't want to puncture the eye.
It's an incredibly delicate task. Mark must now slowly dissect the cyst, gently removing it from the cornea.
Onto the sclera, which is the white part of the eye, and that is a lot more vascular, and that's why we're seeing more bleeding.
With blood flooding the eye, the risk of perforating the eyeball is now greatly increased. The next few minutes will be crucial.
So we've pretty much got the dermoid clear now. Just a couple more little snips. There's some... And there it is. There's our dermoid removed.
Mark must now place a contact lens over the eye and stitch the wound closed. Finally, with the last stitch in, the delicate surgery is finished.
All right. When Denzel wakes up, he will certainly feel a little bit of pain from the surgery, but hopefully his view of the world's already a little bit improved.
Hello.
Very happy at this point. We'll see how he's going tomorrow.
Hello. Don't have to ask how you're feeling because it's written all over your face.
Yeah. It's supposed to be tough, you know?
Later that afternoon, Anne is back at Sash to admit little Juno in preparation for the life-saving surgery to fix her failing liver.
In the most simple terms, Juno essentially has a blood vessel directing blood where it shouldn't go. We need to be able to get in there tomorrow, block that off without causing major problems to the rest of her body. It's a simple explanation, but it has a very, very complicated solution.
This operation is so risky that the pup must be admitted 24 hours before the surgery so she can be monitored.
Chris, how are you, mate? Yeah, good to see you too. Oh, how you going?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go and find her a bed.
I think what makes this moment so hard for Anne is the fact that every step of the way she's been there for Juno, but now she does have to step away and let Juno rest up for the operation.
It's okay. Your mummy's only leaving you here because it's best.
For devoted owner Anne, saying goodbye is almost too much.
All right, you brave, Mum? No.
In terms of sleep tonight, there'll be about 8 hours, but I think it's 8 hours between all of us, Anne, Andrew and myself. There won't be a lot because tomorrow, it's a big day.
Don't you worry. There you go. The harsh reality is the risks of this surgery are really high. I mean, she's probably got a 30–40% chance of dying during the surgery. But if we do nothing, she's got a 100% chance of dying of this condition.
Oh, it's like pathetic.
It's not pathetic. What's up?
I've got to hand her over, but yeah, it's hard. I want her back again too. You know, I want to see that face, that quirky eye, and yeah, just want her home.
Hi, Lise.
Hi.
It's looking pretty good, eh?
He is.
Hey, little man.
Did you need to have a look at him?
Let's have a quick look
Okay.
on the table, yeah.
The next morning at Sash, Lisa and ophthalmologist Dr. Mark Bilson are checking up on Denzel.
Hey, Denzel.
The little rescue dog had a dermoid cyst growing on his eye, and it had to be surgically removed before he went blind.
So I really like how he's got that eye nice and open. I've made the lid a little bit smaller, so just to give it some protection and help keep the contact lens in place. And it's comfy, it's looking good, it's looking good.
So he's ready to be picked up by Denise?
Yep, I'm ready to get him home.
And I think ready for a new owner, huh?
I hope someone's waiting.
Mark is really happy with his progress. He managed to cut that dermoid cyst off his eye and everything's looking really good now.
In reception, the pup's guardian angel Denise is waiting to be reunited with the tiny stray.
Hi.
Hello, how are you? How is Denzel? Hello. Oh my goodness, look at that eye. You handsome now or what? Denzel looks absolutely fantastic. He's happy, I'm happy, so, you know, it's all good.
So how's the search been going for a new owner? Any luck?
Well, as a matter of fact, Denzel has a new home.
Really?
Yes,
Denzel, that is amazing.
Denzel
Did
is
you hear that?
very excited.
You're going to a new home, buddy.
Yes.
All right, Denise, so that's it.
Thank you again.
So lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you too.
Love the work that you do. Good
Thanks.
luck. Thanks, Denise.
Let's go, Denzel. Time to go home.
Hey, little girl. Put your brave face on, didn't you?
Let's see.
Finally, it's time for courageous Juno's surgery.
You look all serious, aren't you? You've got to get through this.
Andrew Marchevsky and his specialist surgical team have the incredibly difficult task of trying to fix Juno's failing liver.
In Juno, we've elected to go non-invasively because if we try to open her up, she's got these huge, really delicate blood vessels that I fear if I go anywhere near them, they'll just burst open and she'll bleed to death.
A CT scan has confirmed the staffy has an abnormal artery connecting directly into a vein of her liver. This is causing a massive build-up of pressure. Unless Andrew can fix the problem, the pup will die.
The first thing we're doing here is just putting a catheter into the femoral artery so that we can feed a longer catheter up to near where the problem is so we can inject some contrast so we can visualise it properly. You ready?
Yep.
So we're injecting the dye, we take some real-time x-rays, it's like a movie. We can actually see where these blood vessels are going and more importantly, where the bad one is. I think we need to advance that. Yeah, that's it. Next one. So I think this one coming towards us.
It looks pretty big. That's the one.
It looks pretty big, but that seems to be the one that's feeding the abnormality. The really tough part about this particular procedure is finding exactly the right branch of the artery that's causing the problem. That's what we're having difficulties with now. Is that it? No. Try it again. Is that it? Oh, yeah, no, hang on. That's it.
Okay. Fluro. Are you in stop?
Stop. Ooh. Yeah, that's the one we're aiming for.
With the abnormal artery identified, it's now time for the next critical stage of Juno's surgery. Andrew must carefully insert a minute coil into the blood vessel to try and stop the flow of blood.
So this is actually a coil of wire in there, just straightened out, but when we push it out into the blood vessel, it'll coil up into a tight little spring, and that's going to obstruct the vessel. I've got 20 centimetres. So we're just about to push this coil into that, and hopefully the right spot. There it is. There it is. There it is. There. So that's it.
There we go. We have a coil.
We're not relying only on the coil. We're relying on the body reacting to the coil and saying, oh, I don't like it, and putting a whole lot of blood clot around it and then forming a solid plug. It will be a solid plug in the end. And that's the body helping us out.
But the team can't relax. A crucial dye test will confirm if the coil has started doing its job.
Ready?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, stop.
Oh, it's a lot better.
It's certainly got rid of all that mishmash of vessels, and it's definitely in the right place. And I think if we try and do anything else now, we could potentially make things a lot worse. We might end up blocking off an artery we don't want to. So we're going to leave it as it is.
After more than 3 hours on the operating table, the surgery is finally over. But there are no guarantees that it has worked.
I've got to be honest, I think Juno's future is still a little uncertain. You know, everything's gone really well, but you know, we don't know how her liver is going to respond. That's the time will tell thing. I think she thinks she's ready to go out and play and be a normal dog, but I think we've got a little while to go.
She's trying to mount a strong case, isn't she?
Yeah. No.
At SASH, it's been less than 24 hours since the operation to try to repair Juno's failing liver, and Andrew and Chris are anxious to see how well the little pup is recovering.
Juno's looking remarkably good. I mean, we're less than a day after surgery and she's bouncing out of her skin, trying to chew out a catheter and wanting to go for a run. So, I mean, I'm really, really pleased with her. Go on, Juno. See you, Juno. We'll see you in a second.
It's going to make someone very happy, huh?
Juno's owner, Anne, hasn't seen her little girl since she underwent surgery.
I'm really looking forward to being able to give her a bit of a hug and twiddle those ears again. It'd be great. Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Oh. Hello. Oh. Hello. Yes. Oh, that's a nice kiss.
I think that's how you say thank you.
Nice kiss. Oh, missed you. You've been a good girl.
Even though Juno looks like she can go home right now, the fact is that inside her body, some big changes have been made. We need to make sure that her liver and the other organs have adjusted to that.
It's just been a tough month. Look at her. Yeah, you're a good girl.
Despite her improvement, Juno still isn't out of the danger zone. But Anne is trying to stay positive.
She's come through the operation. Yes, there's a bit of a road ahead because the liver's now got to learn to function properly. But yeah, we're in a good place at the moment, and hopefully she'll be in the car back to Melbourne before I know it.
Going to see your new mummy.
While Juno continues to recover at SASH, Denzel is about to begin the next phase of his life.
Who lives here? Hello. Hi, Denzel. Hi, Denise. Oh, your new home, little Denzel.
The rescue pup has found a new home.
I feel particularly happy for Denzel today. He's had his surgery, you know, he's a healthy dog. He came to us in pretty bad condition, as a lot of our dogs do, but we've been able to fix him all up, and the piece de resistance is that he has this wonderful home to go to.
Good boy. It's nice to be able to give a dog that probably didn't have a lot of hope a new home, and he'll be loved.
You're going to love living here, Denzel. It's a great home, and you've got Anne all to yourself. She will spoil you very much, won't she?
We'll be able to take him for walks, and we could go to the beach and sit and watch TV with me, and it'd be nice to have a little bit of company. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, you're gorgeous. Aren't you? Gorgeous boy.
5 weeks later, and there's some devastating news about 4-month-old Juno. Although she survived the surgery to repair her failing liver, the courageous pup developed a serious setback and required further surgery. Despite a brave battle, sadly, she didn't make it.
It is very heartbreaking. But I remember when I was searching for her, I thought if I was meant to get the dog, I got. And I firmly believe that for some reason she chose me and I chose her. She's probably taught me a lot in a short time too about what it is to really love a little creature that depends so much on you, but then get so much back from her as well. I can't imagine life without her.
You're the best girl. Yes, you are. You know that, don't you? Hey? Number one girl.
There's no doubt the last few days have been incredibly hard, but the fact is that the pain, it doesn't go away. All you can do is try to keep yourself busy. And quite fortuitously, I've had a call from some special girls who happen to have an old friend of mine who might just be ready to go home. So that's where I'm heading now.
After a very emotional week, Chris has arrived in Queensland to meet up with Bridgette and Paula, who run the Twinnies Pelican Rehabilitation Centre.
Hi, Chris.
How are you?
Good.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Now just watch your head in here.
Oh, it's not really made for me, is it?
No.
It's more Pelicans.
Yes. And for short people.
Now, I can recognise it straight away.
Yes.
She's a small one, right?
Yes. Can you remember Chris, Johnny?
I think she does.
Last year, Chris helped save Johnny's life.
That problem there is pretty visible, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
The Pelican's air sac was torn during a fight, and surgery was needed to repair the damage.
Here we go.
It's now been over a year since Johnny had her operation. It should have been enough time for her to regain some condition, regain some strength and get to the stage where she can be released. Today is all about making sure that's going to be possible. Okay.
You remember this place, Johnny? You haven't been in here for a while.
So you've been trying to spend not too much time with her?
No, we get in, we clean of a morning and then of an afternoon feed.
So when she goes back to the wild, she knows she's a pelican, not a human?
Yes, that's right.
All right, let's have a look over here. So her heart sounds good?
That's good.
This is obviously where the problem was before.
Yes.
But when she really stretches out, that neck of hers,
Perfect.
it's a proper pelican neck, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So, checked her out from beak tip to tail tip.
Yes.
I think she's clear for takeoff.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah?
Yes.
Looking over Johnny, I just can't fault her. I've got no doubt she's going to be right to fly. Big question is, are the Twinnies ready to let go? How's she feeling, do you know?
I think she's roaring to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny. Hi, Johnny.
Later that afternoon, Chris and the Pelican twins, Bridgette and Paula, have arrived at 1770, a coastal town in tropical Queensland. This stunning peninsula will hopefully become Johnny's new home.
The great thing about this spot here at 1770 is that it's kind of like Pelican paradise. You've got waterways absolutely full of fish and sandbars, so a nice mix of areas that the pelicans can live in. You guys organised this?
Yes, with Neil.
Of course. How are you? How you going, Neil? Chris. Good to meet you. You're the pelican courier.
It looks that way.
Yeah.
I'll be her minder for a little while too, I think.
All right, should we load up?
Yes.
This whole release has been planned like a military operation by the Twinnies, so kind of makes sense that we're going to travel in a military vehicle to release Johnny, an army duck.
Chris and the team are now heading to a nearby sandbar where a colony of pelicans are living.
One thing's for sure, the Twinnies wouldn't release Johnny just anywhere. They would have been researching for the last couple of months non-stop to find the perfect spot, and it's here.
Here's Johnny.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you, Chris.
Cheers, Neil. Mate, thanks for that, buddy.
All of a sudden, the prospect of saying goodbye to beloved Johnny is too much. The twins have hand-reared her since she was just 2 weeks old.
Our hearts are pounding and we know this was going to be our last time that we'll be able to handle her and probably not to see her for a long time. Good luck, kiss.
Yes, and you've been a little brat, but you've ended up being a beautiful pelican. But look, you're back out here in the wild where you belong.
Thanks to Dr. Chris.
Because you wouldn't have been here if Dr. Chris didn't operate on you.
No.
So Dr. Chris better give her a kiss too.
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these two very special girls. You know that, don't you?
It's got to be a massive moment for the girls. They have put in over 14 months worth of work to make sure Johnny has this day and then many more days to come. Stretch those wings.
Good girl. Good girl. Oh, they love her.
She's just blended right in.
So well. We're feeling over the moon and we know that she has made this home and I think we've made the right choice of bringing her here. Good girl. Good girl.
So well done.
Yes, yeah, well done to you, Dr. Chris. We appreciate it so much.
Okay. I'm so happy for you guys. I know that's meant a lot. That really is the end of what's been a pretty remarkable journey for me, the Twinnies, and of course Johnny. But it kind of feels like more than that. It feels like a really important reminder that no matter the odds, you've always got to take a chance. You've always got to try. You've always got to put that love on the line, because if you don't, you never know exactly whose life you might change.
She loves it here.
She's got a new family now.
Yes, right.